Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Mesdames, Messieurs, bonsoir. Tonight, our guest is a writer, nurse, and psychology scholar whose journey into literature is deeply rooted in her passion for healing, both of the body and of the mind. Her book, Spoken Words, Grief and Despair, is a moving collection that gives voice to emotions often left unspoken: pain, resilience, longing, and hope. With the sensitivity of her caregiver and the insight of someone who has studied the human psyche, Barrow weaves words that resonate with readers navigating their own struggles and searching for strength. Through her writing, she transforms grief into dialogue, despair into reflection, and silence into empowerment. M.K. Barreau, Valerie Barreau, good evening and welcome to Point Virgule. It's a real pleasure to have you here tonight.
Thank you so much, Exa. Thank you for having me on the show. It is an honor to be here tonight with you.
Okay, so your how can I say it? Your name, the name that you choose as a writer is M.K. and your real name, I mean your given name is Valerie, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, very good. So we're gonna go with Valerie, and then we will remind the people, the our audience, when they're looking for you, they have to look for M.K. Barreau. All right, I'm not gonna ask you yet why M.K., but I'm gonna ask you the first question. What inspired you as a nurse and someone who studied psychology to write spoken words?
All right, to be honest, spoken words came, or my inspiration came with the grief I was dealing with my grandmother. While as a nurse, I've been a nurse for 9 years. I work in the emergency room. I do see and experience patients who have dealt with grief. For me, my journey is a lot more personal.
Okay. Um, so when did you realize that writing could be a way of healing, of dealing with griefs, for yourself, of course, but also for other people? Because I think now people's gonna see, hey, if I'm hurt, if I have pain, if I write, that can relieve my pains. So when did you realize that?
So honestly, I've always been a writer. I have held a
Oh,
journal for as long as I can remember. So in terms
okay.
of healing, anything I've experienced through life, I am constantly writing about. Constantly journaling. What's new for me is poetry. That's
Okay.
something that came about with my experience with grief as well. Um, but I do feel like with this book, with spoken words, grief, and despair, it is or has become and will continue to become an outlet for people, like permission for people to say, hey, I am grieving. I don't know how to put things into words.
Hmm.
And let me write about it.
Yeah.
Let me journal through it.
So written words can be a voice for pain, to express pain and despair and griefs. Is it that the significance that you that it's hold for you, that spoken words through writing?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
My like I said, my inspiration was my grandmother, her passing,
yeah,
and for me during that time, I was journaling, but there was something deeper. My words, it was flowing out of me. I needed to find a different way to
yeah,
grieve, and this is where poetry took its root.
yeah. And do you believe that your background as a caregiving person kind of shaped your approach in writing about grief and despair? Because you could have written about something else, but as I believe you were like a ER nurse,
Correct. Yes.
and you must have seen a lot of um, um, hardships and pain and despair in that location. So, would is that what really shaped your that orientation that you take, your approach of writing?
I won't say that it shaped my writing. It has given me certain tools in terms of, as you said, I work in the emergency room. I have seen patients pass. I've had patients pass. I have seen family members grieving. I've seen the initial stages, the initial either shock or the initial anger or the initial um, emotion
Mhm.
as the patient or the family members or patients are experiencing that. And for me, during that time, it allowed me to be a little bit more in tune with my emotions and how I wanted to show up for myself and how I wanted to go through the grieving process. Um,
Yeah,
in those final stages, it allowed me to be strong enough to be stoic when I needed to be
yeah,
stoic and vulnerable when I needed to be vulnerable.
yeah. Um, Valerie, you're very young. I won't disclose your age here, but you're very young. So, has psychology uh has played anything in the way that you see grief and despair? Because you put it in a way that that's relieving. It's like you're telling people it's okay to grieve, but um you can always remember it's grieving is not really it's not losing yourself. So has psychology your background in psychology played anything with that choice in your writing?
I will say to an extent, it's through psychology. Like I've learned that one, grief is an emotion that we all experience differently. So I'm
Yeah,
allowing in my writing permission to, and I've even talked about it where grief is not linear. Everybody has their own experience with grief. And we talk about the 5 stages of grief, but not everybody goes through those stages, nor everybody goes through those stages in the same way, in the same
yeah,
path. And so for me, it's allowed me to almost humanize a little bit more the experience and
yeah.
individualize the experience as well.
Yeah, and I think you're right about it because I have learned it from some people that there is no stage really. There's no such thing as 5 stage of griefs because it's not like something that comes and goes away or it just what I mean is okay you go through the first stage and then that's it it's over and then you go to the next and the next and then after the fifth stage it's over.
Right.
It looks like people can go through certain stage like maybe the fifth stage before the first stage and
Absolutely.
then they continue to grieve because it's not over. Does that mean also that when people are saying, okay, hey, let go or move on, and in your book, I see that it's like you're saying, no, you can never move on. You live with, through, and forward with grief. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes. It's not something that it's not like you lose a job, you move on from that, right? This is typically you losing a person, somebody who has been in your life, somebody you have cared for, who has cared for you, somebody you love. And you can't, I don't believe that you can move on
Yeah,
or move through that. Like you live with it. You just adapt. You learn how to live with your grief and you experience that differently as you go through life.
yeah. So, what can you tell us about your grandmother? Because her presence is you can feel her presence all over this book in every sentence in every page. You feel her. uh, why do you think it is so important to continue to carry her spirit in your words? So and tell us, I would like to know what kind of impact she had on you for you to
Mm.
kind of internalizing her. She's like internal in your in your book. It's like
Yeah,
she never went away. She never passed away.
right. Oh my goodness. Ah. She is, and I say is because she is still
Yes.
present with me in life. Um, my heart, my rock. Um, Grew up in the same household with her. She has cared for me since the day I was born.
Yeah.
We used to be on the phone almost every day. If I missed a phone call, she would get upset. She was my is my prayer warrior to where before I step into work, I would call her or she would call me if I'm late calling her. She'd sit by the phone waiting for my phone call, and she'd have like her Bible passage for the day, and we would pray before I walk into the ER almost
Yeah.
every single day. Um,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, the way she cared for, loved every single person that she encountered. She did not have a bad bone in her body. And with that, like she has left an amazing legacy that I'm trying to uphold. The way her spirit,
Yeah.
so positive, so beautiful, and the way she loved God, her faith, exceptional. And that's what I tried to capture. And I pray I did her justice with my work. But
Yeah.
truly, truly amazing woman.
So, thank you for sharing these important things about your grandmother. So, in that sense, you talk about spirituality, about her belief. So, what role does silence, reflection, or spirituality play in your creative process when you were writing this book? Spirituality has a role to play in it, and also the way you reflect on things and on your experience with her and with life.
Absolutely. By denomination, I'm a Christian. So my faith is number one, first and foremost, important to me. And my process varies, honestly. But
Okay.
I love driving, and that's where I feel like I do a lot of my thinking, a lot of my processing. I drive cross country a lot, very often. And on those drives, 2, 3, 4 hour drives, sometimes I'll have complete silence, no music, nothing. And I'll just either sit in prayer or something, a thought will come to mind, and that thought just then formulates into a pope, like a stanza. Ooh, and then that stanza translates into, ooh, this could be a really powerful poem. Let me keep that in mind for later so I can write it down. um,
Yeah.
I do also do a lot of like meditation as well to help ground myself and be more in tune with myself and my emotions and figure out what I'm feeling, why I'm feeling it. And that also translates into my writing as well.
Yeah. Um, Reading your book, I see certain poems as a conversation with yourself and also with your grandmother. Is that correct? Do you think there's space for others to get into that conversation?
I'll be honest, when I set out to write the book, I did not intend for it to be read by anybody else. It was my letter to myself, my letter to my grandmother.
Okay.
And as I kept going through the journey of writing and putting this together, it really dawned on me that it's something that is meant to be shared with the world. So, yes, a lot of it is very conversational. A lot of the poems, like we talk about, one of them, for instance, is called Grand Femme, which is
Mm-hmm.
very specific to my culture, very specific to my grandmother. But yes, there is room for others
Yeah.
in this book as well.
Yeah. Did she teach you some Creole?
She did, yes. She's the honestly probably the only person I really spoke Creole with, so I'm not very fluent anymore. But
Okay. So, if you would, if you can you say something in Creole, maybe some I'm gonna ask you a question. If you can answer in Creole, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Um, in our culture, we grieve differently. And sometimes we I don't and in some every culture is different, but sometimes people don't know how to grieve, or they don't know what to say. It's not like they don't know how to grieve, but they don't know what to say to a grieving person. Qui ça qui meilleure façon, what is the best way you think to approach someone who's grieving?
Hmm. In Creole, you said, right?
Yeah, if you can. If not, we can do it in English. So, ki so
Hmm.
ka di ou moun ki nan la pen paske l gen ou moun ki mouri? Ki meye mou ko? Paske de fwa, san nou pa konen, without knowing it, we say the wrong thing.
Hmm.
Not because we want to, but because it's difficult. Grieving is talking to someone who's grieving, who's in pain, takes a lot. It takes a lot really to understand that. You do not understand. You may not. You can try to understand because you don't really understand it. Because the person who's going through that is the one really who can express it. So, si ou pa ka di in Creole, it's okay. We will find something else to say in Creole. But you
Yeah.
can answer in English.
All right. Hmm. As
It's
somebody
okay.
coming, no, no, yeah, we'll do English.
Yeah, let's do it in English. Let's do it in English. So, what's the best approach to what's the best way to approach someone who's grieving? Um, because sometimes we are very clumsy about it.
Right. And I think part of that comes from, as you said, not knowing what to say, or the
Yeah,
situation is awkward because we don't know what the person wants from us. I
yeah,
would say approaching with care, approaching with tenderness, approaching in a way that allows the person to feel welcome and open and willing to share what they are experiencing and what they need. I think a lot of times we don't have that safe space, or we don't feel like we have that safe space to be able to speak. So providing that space, whatever that looks like,
yeah,
however that looks like for that person, just being present, I think would be the best way to approach somebody who is grieving.
yeah. Um, Many of your poems touch on pain, error, and resilience. Um, do you see writing as a form of therapy for yourself? Um, or you think others can also use that, even though they don't even know what they're writing, they should do it? How that helped you? How did that help you really to go through your pains and sometimes your sorrow and griefs?
Absolutely 100%. I do believe that writing is therapeutic. For me, it is my outlet, but I also believe that people can find their own outlets through pain and through grief. I just remember my book is very linear right now, but I did not go through those stages, those
Yeah.
emotions
Mhm.
as it's written. I just remember a lot of times when my grandma was still with us, some of those words that came about were like completely in the moment. And it was
Yeah.
waving between looking towards the future and
Yeah.
remembering her in that moment, or in that way, in the way I wanted to remember her, but
Mhm.
also feeling what I was feeling at the time as well.
Okay.
I do think it is therapeutic. And
Yeah. 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 Okay. So Valerie, we're gonna take a quick break. We return. When we return, would you be able to read us something from your book? Again, I'm gonna show the book to our audience so they can take a look at it. If just I know people will want to order it, to buy it, because we want you guys to support uh, this young author so she can keep on writing. Because I can tell you, I read the book. There's a lot of great, great words, great, I would say, not advice, but when I read it, I feel really relief. It's not for somebody who lost somebody, because loss is not just losing someone. Grief is not uh, uh, it's not just losing someone. If you lose your job, if you lose something important, if it's a loss, it's you can grieve over that. So there's a lot of things that can help you go through pains and some difficulties and hardships. So we're gonna come back, and when we come back, I would like for MK to read us something from the book. Is that okay? Can we do this?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, all right. So we will be right back. Please don't go away. We're gonna play a song of Chris de Borg, Carry Me Like a Fire. I believe that's how she does it. She carries her grandmother like a fire in her heart.
There is an answer. Someday we will know, and you will ask her why she had to go. We live and die, we laugh and we cry. You must take away the pain before you can begin to live again. So let it start, my friend, let it start. Let the tears come rolling from your heart. And when you need a light in the lonely night, carry me like a fire in your heart. Carry me like a fire in your heart. There is a river rolling to the sea. You will be with her all eternity. But we that remain need you here again. Hold her in your memory and begin to let the shadows disappear. Yes, let it start, my friend, let it start. Let the love come rolling from your heart. And when you need a light in the lonely night, carry me like a fire in your heart. Carry me like a fire
So this one is titled Reaching for You. It is on
Mhm.
page 64 and 65.
All right, I'm right there.
All right. I drive these streets we once knew well, passing by the places where memories dwell. I reach for my phone, a habit so true, ready to call just to talk to you. But then it hits like a sudden blow. You're not here, and I already know. No ringing tone, no voice so dear. Just silence now. It's all I hear. I miss the way you tease me back, your laughter echoing through the cracks. The way your smile could light the day, how your love would chase the dark away. But today, I drive in quiet pain, wishing I could hear your voice again. To tell you I love you just one more time. To feel that warmth, so pure, so kind. Mm. I miss you more than words can say, in every moment, in every way. But all I have now are memories to hold in a world that's grown a little more cold. So I keep on driving, lost in thought, holding tight to the love you brought, wishing somehow you were still near, that I could call you and you'd be here. This is Reaching for You.
Wow, this is awesome. So thank you so much, MK. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be back because
Every classroom holds a dream to learn, grow, shine academically, and create a successful career path in real life.
Each day begins with curiosity and promises a brighter future.
When you work consistently daily, every step you take brings you closer to your dream life. The key is to work persistently and patiently every day. Forget about naysayers and never give up. Your passion is the fuel to your greatness. Believe in yourself. Together, we can help every student's dream take flight. Don't miss what's next. Scene 2 of episode 1 is coming soon.
Tired of manual operations? BG Online School Management Software streamlines tasks, reduces costs, boosts efficiency, and enhances student engagement. Email bg13@bayardgerson.com for a free 15-minute consultation.
Fomos chitar. Bagagem essa campi. Ai. Fini.
Quincy Media Network and Friends présente hommage à Jean-William Pascal le samedi 18 octobre 2025 à Lauderhill Performing Arts Center. Jean-William Pascal, le trait d'union entre les meilleurs chansonniers haïtiens du 21e siècle. Jean-William Pascal, un parolier à la plume dont les mots ont franchi les lèvres de Bito Vaoba. Emeline Michel, Bello, Jimmy Jean-Félix, Ruthel Guillaume et j'en passe. Le samedi 18 octobre, nous allons lui rendre l'hommage bien mérité. À l'affiche, Emeline Michel, Ruthel Guillaume, Donaldi Théodore, Jimmy Jean-Félix et Rouli Saint-Louis, tous sous la direction du maestro Fabrice Rousier. Les frais d'admission varient de 70 à 125 $, dépendant de votre place au théâtre. Billets disponibles à www.lpacfl.com. Ne ratez pas cet événement de pointure le samedi 18 octobre à Lauderhill Performing Arts Center, 3800 Nord-Ouest, 11e Place, Lauderhill. Info 770 870 4604 ou 754 246 2756.
Yon malere, yon troubadou, kap promene, si men l'amour. Ak yon banjo, yon pétambour, yon zanmil a soufflé bambou. Avant les jolis sous portail, yon choix blé, yon chapeau paille. Li la végé, la claousé, c'est li forcé, soleil levé, yon gousse tabac, yon goût de café, à gauche li dérapé. Personne pas qu'on côté l'été, qui tant qu'on la manne qui tombait. Pourtant des soleils pour le coucher, c'est non étoiles à le cacher. Il le volatiliser, là le composant, bi belle chanter. Yon ti kade li kwa boussal, chaque flamme soleil qui saute dans voile. Gonfler bon yet sa capot chay, faire réfléchir, sa pas travail. C'est voile autant des cap monté, non, qu'est tout pauvre, bon cadre dalle. C'est pas l'eau senti qu'a passé qu'on ban à pied dans carnaval. Yon gousse tabac, un goût de café, à qu'on chante li dérapé. Personne pas qu'on côté le rete li tant qu'on la manne qui tombait. Coutant des soleils pour le coucher, c'est non étoiles li à le cacher. Défiler le volatilize la l composan pi bel chante. Bololo, toi ti bololo. 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 Bololo, toi ti bololo.
All right, we are back on the air. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you for that text, and I have to remind everyone, those of you who are gonna buy this book, I want you to know that a lot of those poems are they are rhymed. I don't know how you can find the words to say so it's so many things so profound, and then you have the talent to rhyme them. It's amazing. It's just amazing. And my translation of this poem or that text that you read is like if love never dies. Is that what came to mind when you wrote it? That for me, that's how
Absolutely.
I translate it.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like we're always reaching for our loved one, whether it's in a shared song or a memory. They're
Yeah,
always present with us. So, absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. And you wrote this. Can I go back in time? Can I just go back in time to when your laughter matched mine, to a place where your presence was near, where the world felt whole and you were here. If only to hear your voice once more, to see you walk through that familiar door, to hold you close, to feel your embrace, to see the light dance upon your face. I'd build a time machine to, no matter the cost, to recover moments I thought weren't lost, to turn back the clock, to rewrite the pain, just to have you with me again. Yet you are gone, and I'm left here alone, chasing moments that I can't call my own. I dream of the days when you were near and wish for the joy that has disappeared. Can I go back just one more chance to relieve your smile, your gentle glance? But the past stays locked, a fleeting sin, and I'm left yearning for what has been. Is that despair?
Mm, yes,
It's okay. So, because what I see here is like it happens that sometimes we want to go back. We wish we could. We That's guilt sometimes. Is that one of the part? Is it part of grieving? Apparently,
for me, it wasn't so much guilt. It's just, it was remembrance in a
yeah,
sense. Um, because when I think about guilt, I think about, oh, wanting to go backwards or wanting to go back to fix some things or wanting to go back to redo certain things.
yeah,
The way I've lived with my grandmother, I have no regrets. So for me, I want to go back to those moments to hold
yeah,
her
yeah,
again. So not so much guilt for me. It was more so, as you said, despair and longing for
yeah,
that presently.
yeah. Um, can grief foster creativity and learning?
Absolutely. Look at what it
Oh,
brought for me.
so that's And how do we listen to, because sometimes we shut ourselves off to the sound of healing. Sometimes we our mind wants to heal, and we just cannot carry on. We shut ourselves off. And how do we open ourselves and then hear and listen
I
to the
think
sound
part
of
of,
creativity?
yeah, I think part of that shutdown is the stigma associated with grief.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't really, or we're not taught to allow ourselves to grieve. We're not taught to, or we've not been told that it's okay to feel your emotions. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to miss and long for somebody. It's okay to be angry at a higher being for that
Yeah.
person no longer being in your life. So I think first being able to accept that is okay, that is acceptable, and
Yeah.
then translating that into whatever outlet works for you. For me, it was poetry. For some, it can be art. A lot of wonderful art have come through pain, have come through grief. It could be a song. There are
Hmm.
many, many outlets, but it's very individual, just like grief is. It's very personal how you
Yeah.
deal with grief, but how you translate your grief into creativity.
Yeah. Do you think there's a relationship also between grief and growth?
Absolutely, yes. Um, if you look at my book, the publisher that I've picked out, which is the
Hmm.
publisher name that I picked out for my book, it is self published, is called Wounds into Weapons.
Hmm.
So essentially, turning your grief into something positive and growing from that, growing through the experience, growing through the process. Absolutely,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna take a minute to greet a few people that are following us, that are watching the show. Um, would you be able to read us something else? Because I think when you read it, people understand it better than when I read it. So would you be able to read us something else, like one of your favorites? Okay.
You,
So while you're getting ready, I would like to say good evening to Gary Rémy depuis Port-au-Prince et Gerson Bayard de BG Online School Management Software. Um, Bonsoir, Dodi, Edouard Berouet, merci. Guy Dussec, Pacapala, Ella Davilma, merci de nous suivre. Euh, Alex Douillon, mon ami, depuis d'hier, merci. Bonsoir. Eve Rémy, bonsoir. Ronald Jean-Georges, Woldy, bonsoir Woldy, comment ça va mon cher ami? Et Docteur Grandpierre, bonsoir. Et bonsoir Madame Barreau, Yolène, bonsoir, merci de nous suivre. Junior Rémy, bonsoir. Et l'autre monde qui l'a aussi nous pas fait un commentaire, malheureusement, je ne pourrai pas vous voir. I won't be able to see you. Please just say hi so I can oh bonsoir Carmel. Um, thank you very much for your comments. Carmel said félicitations. Um, Valerie, Carmel uh, said felicitations to you.
thank you.
And yeah, and somebody said guilt. Yes, guilt can be part of grieving for some people. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Some people sometimes they wish they spend more time with their loved ones. They wish they had taken that vacation that they wanted to take, and it happens. And again, like you said, people grieve differently. Not one grief is equal. They're all different, and it's not a linear journey. It can take different forms and different turns. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, let's do it.
This one, we talked about it earlier how grief
Hmm.
is um, a journey.
Yeah.
And this one is titled A Lifelong Journey on
Hmm.
page 90 and 91.
Okay.
I'm happy thinking, feeling, and knowing that you are in a better place where love is glowing. Yet I don't believe my grief will ever cease. And truthfully, I don't want it to ease. Each tear is a fetter, each sigh a sweet thread, connecting me to all the words left unsaid. Grief is a journey, a winding, long road, not marked by the end, but by love's heavy load. While I can rest easy, knowing you're at peace, I embrace this journey. Let the sorrow release. For in every memory, in laughter and light, you're woven through moments that dance in the night. And I hold on to hope, a bright, shining star, that if I live right, though, though we're worlds apart, one day we'll meet again in a place full of grace, where love knows no bounds and time has no trace. So until then, dear one, rest in your light. I'll carry your spirit through days dark and bright. With every heartbeat, I'll honor your name, for love is eternal and we're never the same. In the quiet of night, when I whisper your song, I know that you're with me where I truly belong. So I'll walk this path with you ever near. In the tapestry of love, I'll hold you dear. A lifelong journey.
Wow. This is so beautiful. So beautiful. And I'm going to remind everybody every word in this poem rhymes. Every word rhymes with the other. So this is, if you're looking for talent, this is it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. What message would you like your readers to carry with them after reading this book, after reading spoken words?
Yes. With spoken words, I want readers to feel that they have permission to speak and feel the things that we tend to hold dear, like hold close, that we don't often speak about.
Yeah.
I want readers to know that it's okay to grieve, that it's okay to not know how to grieve.
Yeah.
It's okay if your journey looks different, but it's okay to also release release those emotions, release those words, release those thoughts, release those feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if is there any specific part of this book if somebody uh because people read differently and sometimes you read based on your mood, based on what you expect to find. Is there any particular part you would recommend somebody, because they are poems, they are, and they are all different. Is there any particular poem or text you would like someone to read uh first?
I think the one I just read, A Lifelong Journey, is a great
Hmm.
start because it already sets the precedence that there's not going to be an end. It's not going to be a journey where you're going through the quote unquote stages, that it's something that you're going to carry with you throughout life.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I think that will
Yeah.
be a great start.
Okay. I would like to say hello to Oscar. Oscar Joseph, bonsoir, mon frère. How are you? And I know there are so many people are watching, but they don't want to say hello, so I can say hello back to them. I know Louis Marie Celestin Chute, I know you are watching, so thank you very much for being there. And everyone who's there and who decides not to say hello to us, but thank you for watching because we appreciate your support. So I would like to remind everyone who's watching, please share this show, share the link with. I would like for a lot of people to read this book. It's very, very deep. It's a book that there's a lot of different emotions that you kind of find in it. There are sorrow, there are happiness, and there's joy as well. And there's so many things that you can learn. It's not just poetry; it's also advice. That's what that I have never. I mean, I can tell you for a coup d'essai, it's your first trial as a poet, right? As a writer, I can tell you, you aced it. That's my opinion. That's my
Thank you.
opinion. You aced it because
Thank
I did find. That's why I have decided to invite you to the show. I said, "Wow, wow, this is great work," and I'm sure your parents are very proud of you,
Yes.
right?
I'm very
You don't have
supportive.
to. You don't have to answer. All right.
They're
You don't
very
have to
supportive
reply.
as well. Yes.
Yes, I know your parents. You're very very fortunate to have great parents, very supportive. And m konen yo ekri tou, map di lan kre, yo ekri an ba chal tou, yo just pa publie. So that I know. All right. So um, I'm gonna take a quick break to make an announcement. I played it before, but I would like people to go and support Jean-Winner Pascal. They are gonna do a homage for Jean-Winner Pascal, one of the best, meilleur parolier, one of the best poet in this century. Monsieur kon paket bel texte pour musicien. Des fois, c'est seulement musicien que nous célébrer, non pas célébrer moun kap ekri yo, mais moun ki ekri texte surtout. Et travail lan pas simple. Donc, moi, souhaite que en pile moun ale al supporter soirée ça. C'est le 18 octobre prochain. Donc, m'a joué encore pour nous capable pour ne pas ba excuse pour que nous pas supporter Jean-René Pascal et dans moment ça et gen une dame quoi, elle est très dévouée vraiment pour que cette soirée réussisse. Elle s'appelle Quincy que m'te gen opportunité de rencontrer dans Casa Champêtre. Donc moi souhaiter que tout le monde cap garder à soir et si nous ka fait déplacement, si nous Miami ou bien nous Fort Lauderdale, please go and support these people. They deserve it. Jean-René Pascal mérite parce que monsieur écrit un paquet de textes. Si nous besoin connaître ça, Jean-René Pascal écrit, monsieur écrit, il y a un plus bel texte qui existe dans la chanson haïtienne, c'est Si. OK? Donc, à tout à l'heure.
Quincy Media Network and Friends présente hommage à Jean-William Pascal le samedi 18 octobre 2025 à Lauderhill Performing Arts Center. Jean-William Pascal, le trait d'union entre les meilleurs chansonniers haïtiens du 21e siècle. Jean-William Pascal, un parolier à la plume dont les mots ont franchi les lèvres de Bitova Oba, Emeline Michel, Bello, Jimmy Jean-Félix, Ruthel Guillaume et j'en passe. Le samedi 18 octobre, nous allons lui rendre un hommage bien mérité. À l'affiche, Emeline Michel, Ruthel Guillaume, Donaldi Théodore, Jimmy Jean-Félix et Roulis Saint-Louis, tous sous la direction du maestro Fabrice Rousier. Les frais d'admission varient de 70 à 125 $, dépendant de votre place au théâtre. Billets disponibles à www.lpacfl.com. Ne ratez pas cet événement de pointure le samedi 18 octobre à Lauderhill Performing Arts Center, 3800 Nord-Ouest, 11e Place, Lauderhill. Info 770 870 4604 ou 754 246 2756.
Okay. Also, I'm going to invite everyone who's watching, please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do. That's the only way we can support us. Et puis, partagez émission, et puis, faire un commentaire, et puis, bah, non, petit like, that will encourage us to go forward, to go further. So, anything you would like to add to this conversation? It's already 9 o'clock already. So we have talked a lot, huh? So anything you would like to to add?
Hmm.
I would like to tell someone tonight who's going through pains and who's going through grief, who's experiencing despair, and sometimes they we get in a dark place and we don't see the light. What would you say to them?
I would say that you are not alone.
Okay.
That even though grief is individual, but we all experience it in some way. So you're not alone.
Okay.
Spoken words is here for you.
Yes. I would like to say this. We are not guaranteed tomorrow or the next hour. So we need to ask ourselves this: are we living a life with meaningful connections?
Mm.
Are you being the best person you can be for yourself, for the people you love, for that person who needs a helping hand? Every single one of us will be someone that our loved ones will grieve over. How do you want to be remembered? That's a question that I want everybody to answer. You don't have to answer it in the chat, but you can answer it. Go in front of the mirror and answer it, because grief is inevitable. We all will go through it. J'aime toujours dire, c'est seul examen que tout le monde passe, même si pas étudier. We all will pass this exam. You don't need to study for it. We will succeed. So, again, MK, I really thank you for the time. Thank you for this book. And don't stop. Keep on writing. Do you have anything cooking, by the way? Anything that you're working on that you would like to share with us?
I am. I'm working
Okay.
on something right now. So, with spoken words, grief and despair, I'm keeping the title Spoken Words,
Yeah.
and then unleashing some more topics, some more subjects that we tend to hold dear. It's going to be very, very impactful, if I can say so myself. So, really excited
Okay.
for it.
Awesome.
Mm.
Awesome. So we have Marianne Prophet. Um, she said, cause moins branché. So and then there is all right, let's see, bienvenue Vava. Who's Vava? Okay, Vava, are you watching? Oh, Vava, it's you.
It's me. Yes, it's my
Okay.
nickname.
Okay. All right. So again, thank you. If anybody wants to buy the book, please remember to go to Amazon.com and then type MK Barreau or spoken words. It will come up. And then you can also follow her on where can they follow you? Can you tell them?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a Facebook page,
Mhm.
MK Raoul as well, and
Okay.
as well as an Instagram account right now. So
Okay.
yeah,
They are under. If you look, guys, if you look underneath, there's a little band that's going through. You see it? Instagram at
Raoul.
mk.barrow.
Yes,
Okay, very good. So I really hope people give you feedback, and also it's good to give her feedback. She's a young writer,
yes, please
but
do.
yeah, buy the book so you can give her feedback. All right. So, all right, guys. And again, thank you so much and great work. And also, thank you for your service, because you're a young nurse taking care of people. And I know it's not an easy job.
Right.
So, again, great work. Very proud of you.
Thank you, and thank you so much for having me, and thank you for everybody who's been tuning in. Thank you so much for all your support.
Not really about age. Wisdom doesn't come with age always. You can be wise and young. You can have great thoughts and do a great work young. So please
Yeah.
keep encouraging our youth so they can keep writing great things and do great things for us. So thank you so much and have a nice weekend, everyone. And I'll see you Friday.